Okay, taking a deviation from looking at the 2027 NFL draft prospects to doing some spot checks initially for the upcoming 2026 season on some high level players to see some of them. It's, do they still have it, like we're going to do with Christian McCaffrey? Others, we're going to see just how good they are. But in McCaffrey's case, we're really going to see, went back and looked at his 2025 tape to see evidence of, is the collapse coming? Is the fall coming? Does he deserve to be up with the first round running back names? What did we really see on tape? And when I teed it up to Ross, I put in, let's especially look at the second half of the season. Was he wearing down as the season went on? Because, Ross, would you agree there's a general vibe of, and you don't have to give away what your scouting feelings was yet, but there's a general vibe going in on McCaffrey. I know I've got it in the back of my head. It's like, is he too old? Is that all those injuries, calf injuries from 2 years ago?
Yep.
It's going to catch up to him. Does he really deserve to be up this high? Volume-wise, he does. But it's funny, he's younger than Derrick Henry, but Derrick Henry doesn't seem to be having... Derrick Henry had all those issues 3 years ago. Nobody in the NFL wanted to touch him, hardly. And then we watch him play and we're like, this is we are seeing one of the greatest of all time, and he's doing it into his 30s. And I don't know anybody doubts that he's not going to have another good season this year. I don't hear a lot of people going, Derrick Henry's old, and Derrick Henry's... But with McCaffrey, there's that cloud is kind of over the top of him. Of any of the first round guys, I'm just looking at the names real quick again, there's the only one that has that little cloud over him is McCaffrey. Do you feel that? Do you sense that that's
sure.
where people are at?
It's mostly because of, like, when he does get hurt, it's most of the season, and that just stings so bad when you spend a top pick on the guy. But
so
I think that's neither here nor there.
He's parked in the middle of the ADPs as I look at it in the first round of the top 12. He's roughly 7. You see him go a little bit higher. You can see him go a little bit lower. But with all that said, after looking at his tape, we're going to weigh in on what we saw to this very simple question, and I'm going to tee it up to you for the first answer. Does Christian McCaffrey still have it enough to warrant his ADP? I'm not saying that that he's a first rounder. There are guys behind him you may like better, but would you take him in the top 12 of a PPR redraft, or are you just, he's off my board because of whatever red flag issues? So when I say does he have it, it's from that perspective. So, Ross Jacobs, does Christian McCaffrey, after your tape watching, still have it?
Long story short, yeah. He's clearly not the guy he was, 5-6 years ago.
Did you think you were going to say that going in? Were you, after watching it, did you get pulled higher and have a new appreciation, or did you go, I'm starting to see signs, but I guess it's okay?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I'm kind of where I was at the end of last season, even at the beginning of last season. The speed's going down. He's still quick. He's still hard to tackle. He's still great in the passing game. I think there are reasons to have him behind some of the other guys at the top.
And we'll get into that. I'm going to ask some of this or that's for fun, but
the volume's still there. He's still trusted. He's still good enough to play. Yeah, he belongs.
I turned on the tape and I'm watching, and honestly, after I skimmed around, had the whole book of his tape, all of his touch. I think I had all of his touches. So I just went forward and started looking at the second half, and I watched a couple plays of a game, then I'd skip to the next game, then skip to the next game. I just wanted to get through to the end towards the playoffs. And I don't know how far into it. I just clicked it off. I'm just like, there's no reason for me to waste any more time looking at this. Yeah. I don't know why in the back of my head I'm like, is he really slowing down? Is he really at risk this season? Does he warrant, does he warrant the fact that I'm kind of avoiding him at those levels, or I'm liking other people behind them a little bit. Yeah. Am I being too egregious with that? But I mean, after like 2 minutes, I'm like, why am I even watching any more of this? He is fine. He's great at what he does.
Yes.
He's not, when you look at him, I'm not thinking I'm watching, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not watching Derrick Henry, because it's a totally different type of run. I'm not watching Devon Achane, where the speed is surreal. But you watch him, and watching him for like 2 minutes, I just got a refresh of appreciation. Like, this guy's just great at what he does.
Yeah, he's the Cooper Kupp of running backs.
Yeah, in their prime.
Yeah.
And I still would maintain, doing a little bit of looking at him or watching different things over the summer. I saw a video he put out of his workout routine. He's doing all these crazy Far Eastern stretching methodologies, and I think he may be doing light judo or MMA or something in that realm. He's doing all these unique things to make him more agile, make him more, to keep him up for his age. For his age, 5-10 years ago, we'd be writing this guy off like they tried to write Derrick Henry off.
Yeah.
But Derrick Henry and Christian McCaffrey, the work that they put in to stay at the top of their game, I don't know that they're not going to be, barring an injury that brings them down.
Yeah.
I don't think age is bringing either of these guys down this year, and I don't even know that we'll be talking about it. I mean, we'll be talking about it, but I don't even know if next year for McCaffrey is something we're going to have to question. Their guys are in incredible shape.
Yeah. It catches up to everybody at some point. Like it.
But what is that age?
Well, it's not that it's like it's not a cliff that guys just suddenly fall off of.
It used to be that cliff.
There isn't a point, but you lose a little bit of effectiveness over time. The thing is, with a guy like McCaffrey, with a guy like Henry that are so much better than everybody else, they can lose 10-15%, and they're still better than everybody else. That's what keeps these guys at the top. So, yeah, we're going to see another, 5-10% drop off for McCaffrey this year. But he's still right up there with the top, 4, 5, 6 guys. So,
all right. Well, let's
injury.
Let's talk about some of those. We're just going to do a this or that for fun. Really, I wanted us to check and either raise red flags about McCaffrey, or do exactly what we're doing now. Is like, okay, there's nothing to worry. I mean, there's always something to worry about. I could go through every name in the first round and give you something to worry about him. McCaffrey has a little bit more to worry about just because he is one of the rare. He may be the only guy over 30 that's in the first round.
Yes.
And he had those recent bad injuries, but we had a whole lot of fear on him last year coming off of those. Like, is it happening again? Is it going to happen again? Is the meter running down on him? And then he goes out and he just blows up and does his thing.
He's probably not going to stay healthy for 17 games again, but
I don't know.
Even 14, 15 games, like you're still happy with that.
I'm watching him do the same. Watching tape of him last year is like I was watching tape of him 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Gets open, nobody's around him. Like, how is he doing this? How is he so good at what he does? I just gained a new appreciation. But so if you're in the first round, and we'll say PPR because that's his extra gift. You had to have just pick one or the other. If you're faced with the decision of McCaffrey versus Jonathan Taylor, what's your reaction?
I'd take CMC.
If you had to decide between Christian McCaffrey and James Cook,
CMC.
that kind of holds with the ADPs. What about? I'm gonna skip Genty because we're gonna be talking about Genty for the next video. What about McCaffrey or Saquon Barkley, who I think is similarly aged?
I would take CMC.
Remember when Saquon was the greatest 2 years ago? Saquon was the greatest. McCaffrey never played, or I think they did bring him back and it just didn't work out in 2024. Yeah, and now here we are 2 years later.
I actually had those guys flipped last year, though. I thought there was a decent chance that Barkley was riding, a ton of touches and
with more
unsustainable efficiency, and it was unlikely that McCaffrey was going to get hurt again the same way. Like there were all through training camp 2 years ago, we heard he's not playing. Last year there was no mention of that. Everything was he's good to go, he's fine. Everybody was worrying for no reason.
Has another 2 years of age, coming off a serious 24 injury, where Saquon almost broke records for in 2024. And here we are 2 years later, and it's like Saquon's not even a first round ADP anymore. All right, we're gonna end it on this. I think I'm gonna get you on this one. I think I'm gonna break your CMC love, maybe, and I'll end it on your answer.
Okay.
Christian McCaffrey. Now, you have to have one of these guys. You're not going to get another chance at them or any of this. This is like, you get this. This is your choice. Christian McCaffrey or Chase Brown.
I knew you were going to do it. That's very close.
Okay, the filibustering means it's close.
Which might surprise some people. Let me think about it. Man, I might go Chase Brown by a hair. Just because he's probably just a teensy bit safer. But that's very, very close.
And he, as well, I think in a couple of years, maybe even 5 years, we'll look back and go, Chase Brown is that next level workout guy that's able to keep his body in phenomenal shape, that's going to allow him to be a long-time producer when a lot of other guys in his age range start falling off and start having random injuries.
It's possible.
I think Brown will push through and continue to be what I've always said about him, the Austin Eckler of his time. You could say he's a juniorish Christian McCaffrey, playing at a great offense. I mean, if you stuck Chase Brown in with the Jets or something,
I wouldn't care.
It might be a little bit different. So
then you'd have Breece Hall.
Oh, Breece Hall. Okay, threw me with the Breece Hall thing. It's like Breece Hall should be in this conversation with these guys as well, but because he's with the Jets, we put him third of those three without blinking. But if we could reverse, if they made a trade and Breece Hall went to the 49ers and McCaffrey got sent to the Jets, it would totally flip the board.
Yes, it would.
I said I was going to end it on your answer, but now I'm going to end it.